everybody, I'm in my studio today and I wanted to share with you how I made this art. It is an 8x10 canvas that I painted some circles on. I used a piece of fun foam and made it into a circle stamp. You might be able to see some of it in the background as little white circles. And then I used some rubber stamps, some acrylic paint. These circles here are raised. It may be hard to tell, but those are paper, and I used some more acrylic paint and painted over the top of it. So let me get started. Alright, so I've got my canvas here that I'm putting some cardboard in the back to help stabilize the canvas so it doesn't push in when I'm pressing down. And I am now covering it with some acrylic paint. This is just craft paint that I had in my stash, about 3 different colors that I'm blending together so that I can get somewhat of the shades of blue that I liked. I'm using a mop brush that I hate and got rid of subsequently because it kept losing little hairs on my canvas and was driving me nuts. That's why I was trying to pick them out. The white paint is also a craft paint that is a pearlescent paint. And I used this on a piece of fun foam that I mounted to a wood block so that I could make this little circle image on my canvas. In between, I used a heat gun to dry the canvas so I didn't have to wait as long for the paint to dry in between the layers. When I'm using thin layers like this, it goes pretty quick if you can use a heat tool. And you got to remember not to put the heat tool too close or leave it too long in one area, or you'll end up with bubbles and textures that you don't want. I then took a little bit of the darker blue and went around the edges of the canvas. I like this canvas because it is wrapped all the way to the back, and then the staples are put in the back side, so it really has a nice clean edge. So if you choose to, you don't have to put it in a frame. That's what I like about it. And now I'm blending with just my hands onto the front. I have another little fun foam circle that I mounted to a block that I'm now using my finger to ink up to stamp across the canvas, and using my heat tool to dry. I found a circle series of rubber stamp that I have, and I'm using Brilliance ink, and then I'll use clear embossing powder to give that a raised effect across the canvas. And basically, to emboss, you just heat it long enough till it's shiny and it'll stay raised on your project. If you heat it too much longer, it'll melt the powder down into your project. Next, I'm taking some gel medium by Golden and some dark blue cardstock circles that I cut with my die cutting machine, and I'm going to place that on the canvas. First, I'm taking a little bit of the gel medium and smearing it on the canvas, and then placing the circle on top of that, and then going over it with the gel medium so it'll be adhered. I'm using recycled paper. This is paper that I had from another project. I had something on the other side of the paper, and I just stick it in a bin and use it for later projects. This, I used a die and cut it out and thought it would be great for this particular project. After I adhere the circles onto the canvas, I decided that it would be good to go ahead and go around some and inside the circles with some acrylic paint. So I picked up my paintbrush and went around and inside some of those with the acrylic paint. This is after I put another coat of gel medium across the whole surface, and I used my heat tool to dry it just a little bit. I didn't want to do all of the circles. I just thought that I'd highlight a few of them to give it a nice pleasing look so it would draw your eye across the canvas. And then I noticed that some of the smaller circles, that when I rubber stamped them, they really weren't showing up the way that I wanted them to show up. So I decided to go ahead and paint some of those in freehand. After I painted all of the that I wanted to highlight, I went over it again and coated it with gel medium. This was kind of fun for me. I usually work on paper. I don't really work on canvas. That's not something that's a normal thing for me, but I enjoyed it. I thought this would be a nice little piece of art that I could put in my home or give to a friend. Right now it's sitting on my coffee table on an easel. I hope you liked it. I hope it's inspired you. If you have any questions, need any help, please let me know. Please subscribe. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.